way I am more excited for this event than like if it was my own event. Tonight is Mads' Luxe to Kill like launch party. We had like a dinner, like an intimate dinner with her close friends, but this is the actual like party. And when I say this is gonna be like it's just gonna be so good. It's at Monkey House in Manchester, which has just opened. You may have heard of it. It's like it's actually more of like a restaurant in London. Very bougie, and just all of the vibes, like it's so much fun. She's basically like hired the whole thing out, and yeah, it's the venue of her party tonight, which I'm so excited about. And I feel like I'm gonna do a get ready, tipsy get ready. I literally cannot. And I was thinking about this, it's actually quite sad. I was saying I'm not turning up completely sober. I can't do that because there's like 400 people like invited. Can't imagine, unless they're busy, why anyone wouldn't come. So it's gonna be busy tonight. So I'm not like gonna vlog necessarily the event. I'll get clips, but we're just getting ready. A little tipsy get ready with me. And I'm uploading this on a Thursday, so hopefully you guys can, you know, use this as your Friday night get ready with me inspo. I'm actually gonna recreate the look that I did on my TikTok live. So if you missed it, we're gonna do that, but like pretty much that. We might switch out a few things because I think I might do the eye look slightly more like dark and sultry. We're gonna use a different lash and mix a couple of foundations together because I am actually going out, whereas when I was doing my TikTok live, I wasn't going anywhere. So I hope you're excited, and I can't wait to show you what I'm wearing as well. It's not Mads' collection because we wore that to her dinner, and tonight I'm wearing something that is very much on theme of her latest drop, but obviously couldn't get hold of her latest drop just yet. It wouldn't have arrived in time. So I'm gonna look the part in terms of like the aesthetic of her theme, but like it's not actually her collection. But yeah, let's do a beat. Let's do a full glam beat. Let's have a little drink. I always have a rosé to get me like warmed up, but I'm just gonna moisturize the skin using Weleda Skin Food. I've fallen back in love with this stuff in these like colder months, and I feel like a lot of people say with this that it's a bit heavy on the skin. Honestly, I get like a pea-size amount and really like spread it out because a little goes a long way with this. And even though I'm doing a darker eye, I'm still gonna do my skin first. I just always do my skin first. But I have gone in with a little bit of the Refi Brow Sculpt just to like lay the brows flat before I do any like coloured skin makeup. Skin Food done. Gonna go in with primer. So I didn't actually use this in my live, but I've been really loving it. It's the Revolution, the Plastic Boy primer. I just knew that Gary was gonna do some sort of priming. If you know Gary in real life, he is just all about making sure his makeup lasts. I feel like he's got oily skin, I think, and this primer is literally called the Skin Adhesive Primer Base, and it feels really hydrating on the skin. So I thought this is gonna be the perfect kind of primer. I'm gonna be going out, and I just know if Gary's had a say in it, then my makeup should not budge. So Gary, if it does, I'm blaming you. I wonder if you guys can guess the next step, and it's a very important step because I'm sure there's going to be loads of pics tonight. Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, I'm going in with the shade 5.5, which is the more tan shade that I have, because it low-key like blends out into nothing, and I'm freshly baked. I am freshly baked, so I have a bit more colour to my skin. And I feel like when there's flash photography, I always look a bit like washed out anyway. Which is why if you're going out, I recommend wearing a foundation that's literally maybe like half a shade darker than your skin tone. Obviously making sure to like blend it in, it's all blended in, like maybe like with bronzer or something. But just if you know that there's gonna be flash pics, always, they just always come out better when you've got a little bit more color, because I feel like it washes you out, like the flash washes you out and almost gives you like your skin color if you were to wear a foundation that was slightly darker. Does that make sense? But not like Nothing drastic, like nothing unnatural, but just something with a little bit of color, or just like a little bit extra bronzer, you know. I feel like whenever me and my friends used to take pics, and this is why I love shimmery bronzer, because I feel like that's what did that for me. And my friends would be like, oh my god, like in pictures, like I feel like something's missing from my face, and I'd be like, it's just like a little bit more like bronzer, because flash photography just always washes you out, doesn't it? Right, foundation. Gonna be mixing two of my faves. Gonna be using, this is what I used on my live, the NARS Vanilla 2 Light Reflecting Foundation. I'm gonna mix a little bit of the Syracuse Natural Radiant Longwear, mainly for the color, mainly using mostly this. I kind of love the color of these two together on a night out because it gives me more of that color. Like the Syracuse is just like a little bit on the darker side. This brings me a little bit more natural. And then the like coverage of these together is still natural, but it's medium full, which I feel like I really like for a night out. And to apply, I'm going in with the Dull Beauty brush, which love this, and I'm mixing it together like on my face. You could so do this on the back of your hand, pressing it into the skin to get like maximum coverage from that. Kind of like dot it to mix it. Look at my lips right now. I'm so gonna keep it like that. But once you've covered like your whole face with the product and the brush, going in with the sponge, and this is just really gonna like press it into your skin, take off any excess, sheer it out like a little bit, and just give a really like natural look, even though we've literally just piled on probably like quite a lot of foundation. But tonight's the night, my darlings. I want full. I want to look flawless in pics. I don't want to like go to the bathroom and look in the mirror and be like, ugh, what's happened to my face? It's all come off. You know, like I want this makeup to last. Making sure it's all blended. So it looks like that. Yes. Sip break. Now we're going to do cream contour, and I'm going to be using the Holly Boone HMB Cosmetics Concealer in 5W. Literally fallen back in love with this shade for just warming up the skin. And she's just launched in Boots. How exciting. I'm pretty sure she... Also, by the way, I do it around my face and then just here. On like the inner parts of my nose, and obviously on the chin. Yeah, I love, love, love this. I feel like you can't really even see. It's because of the light. Try to make it a bit more white. Is that better? I'm not sure. This is my favorite brush for cream contour as well. Morphe Ariel, the face brushes and the eye brushes. I just love, love, love them. And then obviously down the middle of my nose, what brush do I use for that? Literally just like an eyeshadow brush. I feel like this is like a Morphe Jaclyn Hill. And we're just blending it, like, yes, in that innermost part, but also just connecting it like on our eye, because it will low-key act as like a base. Right, concealer. And this is going to really help just kind of neutralize the face, because it's looking a little bit unneutralized right now. Again, using HMB Cosmetics. I'm going in with the shade 2.5W as the initial color. I'm using this color to not only brighten slightly, but also coverage. Just gonna place it all around like that. I am just gonna take like a little concealer brush. Just to be a bit more precise. Blending out with my sponge. And I'll show you the difference, because it's literally just so good. How does one come up with a concealer formula that is just so good? And I'm using the tapered bit of the sponge to really get like under the eye, like that shade especially. I really need the light to be like more in the middle, but it's just gonna cast a shadow otherwise. But you can see, it just looks, it's like not too bright, but we are gonna brighten it a little bit more. But this is just like the base shade. Yeah, how gorgeous is that though? So nice. But then I am just going to take the shade 1W, tiny little speckle, just here and here to really brighten. I kind of want like a bright under eye vibes for tonight. Like so. I fucking love a full beat. Like, this will never get old. Okay, on to cream blush. I'm gonna mix these two together. This is the Made by Mitchell Blush in the shade Cold Heart, and I'm mixing a little bit of NARS Liquid Orgasm. I'm wearing like black and silver tonight, so I'm keeping the like blush tones pretty cool. So like bluey tones, even though like even if I wasn't wearing black and silver, that would probably still be the vibe because it's literally my favorite kind of blush vibe. Just using a brush, I like mix them together on the back of my hand and just stipple. Then sometimes, well, like pretty much every time, I just go back in with like my cream bronzer brush just to make sure that's like all blended. But the thing is, I find with like liquid blush, as soon as you go in with powder, it low-key kind of like disappears. So I'm quite happy to go in like heavy-handed like this because I know it's not gonna like stay like this. So that's all the cream products done. So I'm gonna go in with powders now. I'm gonna go in with Charlotte Tilbury, the brightening powder and the shade 2 like all around my face, and the brightening one obviously underneath my eyes. And then I'm gonna go in and bake with Laura Mercier like on top of that, just to like set and lock everything in place. I actually just stopped at the Charlotte Tilbury powders. I'm gonna bake after I set my face with like a setting spray. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So I'm just gonna keep going with the powders, and I feel like the Holly Boone concealer that I used is just so like warm, but I just love it so much that I like to go in with the more contour. I don't really like to use cool tone creams. I like to go in with that with powder. So I'm going to go ahead and take Benefit Hula Witch. For me, it's just such an oldie but a goodie. The colour and the formula of this, I will always go back to. And I like to take the brush that it comes with and just run it down the side of my nose, which is like a rough like nose contour, like so. Going in with a bit of bronzer. I'm actually gonna mix two, well actually no, I'm gonna go in with one first. Just gonna go with a light bronzer. This is the H&B Cosmetics bronzer in the shade Light Tan. Love this. And just really lightly on a big fluffy brush, just give a little bit of base colour, because you know what's coming next. We're now going to go in with shimmery bronzer. Of course, it would not be a look without it. This is my one from Revolution. Same brush. Stunning. It just makes such a difference, I think. I personally think it does. And then we're going to go back in with a powder blush, and we're going to use the Beauty Crop Cocoa Rose palette and mix this bluey pink with the only shimmery sort of shade in the palette, because it just adds such a glow. Not necessarily a colour, but a glow with that bluey pink. You'll see what I mean. See? And then also with the shimmery bronzer, it's just perfect. I feel like I don't even need to go in with a highlighter. So many of you on my TikTok live were like, you need this palette, and it's literally the only one that I reach for these days. I just love mixing those two together. I think it looks so good, and that's kind of all the powders done. So I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Crop Oui Chérie spray, just to really let those like powdered products just melt into the skin. I feel like a spray like this is just like such a crucial step, because we have applied a lot of makeup. Don't get me wrong, I'm not in denial about it. So sprays like that just really help melt it into the skin and give it a slightly more natural look. But I am going to go ahead and do one eye because I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And then when I do, I'll be back and I'll show you the other one. This eye has got me so hyped. I'm not even joking. Like, look at the difference. One says Miss Piggy and the other says Miss, I don't know. I literally don't know. Anyway, for the eyeshadow palette, we're going to be using the Jordana Tisha Nude Divinity palette, which is just my absolute go-to at the moment. It's literally the Makeup by Mario palette on crack. I've got the party on my mind. I'm going to take the shade Oracle all over the lid, just like pack it on. I want it to be like dark-ish vibes. Super, like, gonna make my eyes pop. Literally like this. I'm using the Unicorn Cosmetics like Angel brush set, which I love. Just wing it out slightly. The top of this brush low-key does like a bit of the like buffing for me. And then on a big fluffy brush, I'm gonna take the shade like Cupid, basically just like the light warm shades, to just blend it out, but mainly this Cupid shade. So you want to buff that out, and like, what did I say last time I did a makeup? It's like buff and like wiggle. That's like the motion I do, just to make sure that it stays in that like lifted, winged shape, follows the concealer, that sort of vibe. Take it down the like bridge of the nose so it's all connected, just really like blown out and smoky. I'm also going to take that Cupid shade underneath the eye. I don't necessarily want the Oracle shade, like I don't want to go that dark, but we're going to take Cupid and like connect it all together. And these shades just make my eyes pop, like they made me so happy. Right, I'm going to take like one of the dark brown shades. I'm going to go ahead and say like Aphrodite, a little bit of Celine. That's basically, I use the shade Celine on my brows, which I'm going to like skip through in a minute because they take me so long. And everyone does their brows differently, but because of my hair, I use the shade Celine from this palette, but I have just bought the Pink Honey pencil in like Cinnamon Bun, because loads of you guys on my TikTok live said that that's really good for red hair. So I'm going to skip through the brows because like everyone does theirs differently, and I feel like by now you must know how to do your eyebrows. But yeah, I'm just going to use the shade Aphrodite to create like a little wing. Don't want anything too drastic. I'm then going to take the Made by Mitchell pencil in Make a Toast and Tight Line. And also just line my lash, but I'm not going to press too hard. I don't want it to be super like dramatic, but just like that. And then on the outer part of my eye, I'm just going to go in a bit harder. Like so. And then I use a different product in my TikTok, but I literally just got this and I couldn't wait to use it, and it looks so good. This is the new MAC like Christmas collection. It's their eyeshadow in the shade Ice Gold. It's literally called their Sparkler eyeshadow. And what I like to do is take a fluffy brush like this and just lightly like tap it in here, tap a lot of it off, and just dust it on the eye like that, to just give a little like sparkle. You guys know I just like a little dusting. I really feel like it makes a difference. And the same thing I'm also going to do on the cheeks, like pick up a tiny bit and just dust it on the skin to just give the skin a little bit of a sparkle as well. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and put mascara on. And the lashes I'm using today, aren't they absolutely stunning? They're the HJ lashes, sorry, in the style Don't Call Me. I've snipped off like 3 clusters to make them look like that. I will link them down below. I'm obsessed with them. They're just perfect. They're not too much, but they're not too like not enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and do mascara, pop the lashes on. I will also do my brows so then you can get the full finished eye look like effect. Ta-da! I'm gonna go ahead and spray again with the Oui, chérie. Oh shit, I haven't stuck the lash on. Am I alright? I was like, done. I'm actually on crack. Well, this glue is gonna be tacky AF because I've left it for fucking like 10 minutes. There we go. Like, look how nice that lash is. To be fair, that's like the quickest lash application I've done because that glue. I'll like clump and play with them in a minute, but eyes done. I'm gonna go ahead and spray again, and then remember what I said. I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder with my sponge and just like apply it in the places that I know are gonna get a little bit greasy. Like while the powder's still on my face like this, so like around here, just really like press it in. That is all set in place. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do a lip, and I'm gonna go ahead and take Morphe Sweet Tea. I'm actually gonna take Anastasia Beverly Hills Naked because I want a bit more of a lighter nude, and then I think, I don't know about gloss, so I'll come back and play around. Okay, really random because I literally said I was going for a lighter nude and then I ended up darkening it. I used Morphe Sweet Tea, Anastasia Beverly Hills Naked, and I used the Fenty Hot Chocolate Heat Gloss. Living for this. And perfect timing as well because Hannah said that her and Millie are literally on the way. So the makeup is done. I feel like it's giving what it needs to give. I'm gonna put my whole outfit together and show you the vibes. And I'm just like so excited for tonight. Like, I'm scared that I'm like, I mean, I'm not overhyping it because it's Madison's event. We're gonna have a great time, like regardless. But I just feel like it's gonna be like so good. I don't know. I'm just feeling funny about it. I'm just so excited, which I think is like a good thing. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna get myself ready and show you the vibes. Guys, I did have my shoes on. But oh, is this a bit high? You can kind of see the vibes. The dress is from ASOS. I've got some just like, they're like stockings, but they literally just look like tights. I got a blazer on, it's grey because my boots are like grey from Ego. I'll leave them linked down below. I would have them on, but I've just had them on and they already hurt my feet. It's a sad night for me ahead, but yes, this is the vibes. Do you think I need a necklace? I think I do. So I'm gonna put my little like necklace on. But yeah, basically Maddie's new collection is very much like grey cargo vibe, so I thought those boots are such a vibe. And she's also got a lot of corsets that have these like buckly bits. So this dress goes perfectly, and the girls are giving. I am having to wear like a bra, but the straps are clear, but that's why I've had to have my hair down. I feel like I need to put like a bit of like volume spray like in my hair so it stays. But yeah, I'm gonna pop this necklace on. Hannah and Millie were meant to be coming here, but they're like running late, so we think we're just gonna have to go straight to the hotel, which is where Maddie is right now, to have the drinks there, which is sad. I laid everything out for us to have margaritas, but when you have an outfit meltdown, you have an outfit meltdown, so I'm not gonna stress too much. But yes, I'm also pairing it with my silver diesel bag. We're going silver accessories today. Where did the end of that necklace just go there? Right, let's pop this on. Uh-oh, I've done it very tight. Oh well, it's the one that stayed. I'll get someone to loosen it up. Are we ready? Let's fucking go. But I hope you enjoyed the makeup. Everything's listed down below. And I don't know how much of tonight I'm gonna vlog, but I'm gonna try my best. It'll probably get decreasingly less. But we move, you know the vibes. I'm like vlogging on my phone today. Terrible, terrible. Margaritas all around. I need to clean my screen. Cheers.
Let's go.
Any questions? It's normal. It's fun to talk about this stuff. Nothing is going to be off limits.